Good morning. Welcome, Hokie families, to our virtual Fall Family Weekend. My name is Lizette Rebolledo, and I serve as Associate Dean of Students and Director for New Student and Family Programs. It's hard to believe that your student has been with us for 6 weeks already. While this semester is not what we all thought it would be, we are certainly happy to be able to be here with your students and in the campus community. While we wish we could be together, we know that for your safety, our students' safety, and that of our community, we cannot. This weekend was designed to provide you and your loved ones a glimpse into your students' experience and provide you with information to continue to help you navigate our new collegiate experience. We invite you to engage with us from the comfort of your homes and look forward to connecting once again in person when it is safe to do so. As we continue to navigate life during the pandemic, we are all learning how to adjust our traditional ways of engaging with others, being in community with each other, and much more. What we also know is that you have lots of questions about your students' campus experience and what we are doing to support them. While our programs will share a bit with you more about how we've adjusted the campus experience, allow me to introduce to you your Dean of Students, Dr. Byron Hughes, to tell you more.
All right, good morning, and thanks, Lizette. Hello, and welcome to Virginia Tech. My name is Byron Hughes, and I serve as Dean of Students. On behalf of the more than 25 departments across the Division of Student Affairs, we are excited to be with you on this Fall Family Weekend. Though the format is different than being with you in person and welcoming you to our Blacksburg campus, we know this information we have to share with you this weekend is vital for the role you play in the lives of our students. And for those families of first-year students, this weekend is just as critical. Being a student presents all sorts of feelings that coexist with each other, and this year, while we're creating new experiences in response to pandemic life, the mission of our work remains the same. This pathway in your student's life is full of life-changing opportunities to pursue their growth, development, scholarship, achievement, and leadership. When we talk about the student experience at Virginia Tech, we focus on holistic learning, bridging formal learning with everyday activities, significant moments that are transformative, mentors that matter, and meaningful interactions that can make a difference. At the core of Virginia Tech's mission is an opportunity for every student to author and create their own experience. We believe that our aspirations for student learning create an ideal framework for them to do the following: commit to unwavering curiosity, pursue self-understanding and integrity, practice civility, prepare for a life of courageous leadership, and embrace ut prosim as a way of life. Let's break those aspirations down to what they mean for students as they chart their path through both the curricular and co-curricular opportunities at Virginia Tech. We want to be with them as we ask them to do the following during this 4 or 5 year journey. First, we want students to be curious about themselves and others by discovering what new knowledge will be beneficial to their endeavors to serve the greater world. Next, we want students to develop their self-understanding and integrity so they can identify their strengths and how those strengths can influence their decisions for the better. We want students to allow civility to guide them towards identifying that differences amongst people are special and that those on the margins are an important part of our life's work. Next, we want students to practice courageous leadership by joining those on the margins to boldly move forward their communities. Finally, and ultimately, we want students to embrace a life of service to others, whereby they align their strengths with the need in the world. 2020 has revealed many significant and unprecedented things to us about life, but it has also been an experiment in understanding that depth and breadth in one's life matters. The adaptive challenges that we have faced through both the global pandemic and the ongoing challenge of racial injustice demonstrates that knowledge and wisdom across disciplines is necessary and critical. In fact, the Beyond Boundaries mission of Virginia Tech compels students to blend their knowledge, experiences, and relationships in order to tackle the complicated and messy issues of the day. How they and you experience VT will determine the extent to which students are able to grasp the full value of a Virginia Tech education. We know that our students may be attempting to answer the question, what do I want to do with my life? But we want them to also consider an even more important question, what do I want to be in my life? The first question is typically answered with a vocation or job. The second question is about life's more enduring values like humility, kindness, generosity, empathy, hope, and compassion. In a pandemic life, we have determined that this virus we are attempting to respond to and live with does not care about how outgoing, adventurous, or curious students will be. The limitations and restrictions it has placed on life affects all. I have talked with many families over the past 6 weeks that have wondered if they made the right decision to support their students' decision to spend this semester in Blacksburg. Whether it's feeling physically disconnected from campus as an off-campus student, or feeling restricted to venture through campus outside of a residence hall as an on-campus student, this academic year is causing us all to work differently and more intentionally. I have a few friends that work in organizational development that have spent nearly 15 years working with college students to be more social and to be more excellent. Here's what Matt and Josh often say about the importance of relationships, and I think it fits perfectly for what Virginia Tech students aim to do. They said this: handshakes lead to conversations, conversations lead to relationships, relationships lead to collaboration, collaboration leads to organization, organizations change the world. I believe that Virginia Tech students and the families that support them want them to change the world. The next several months will put a strain on this. Zoom, YouTube, and all the other virtual spaces we live in these days make handshakes or even fist bumps, which help connect us socially, very difficult. What that handshake offers is physical connection, which sets the stage for meaningful conversations that bring people together for the rest of that equation to come together. But I still believe this can be done. There is so much we know now about COVID-19 that we did not know even this summer when we envisioned what this fall would be. Our colleagues in healthcare are telling us that we need to start turning up the lights again on being more social. Yes, it will still be difficult for larger gatherings in residence halls and off campus, but there are many spaces throughout campus that allow for our pods to come together for eating, relaxing, studying, competition, and other social moments that matter. For our first-year students and families, there is still a great deal that you have to learn about the way our Blacksburg campus operates. While all-nighters in McBride or new classroom building may not be possible as our facilities crew works overnight to decontaminate spaces, they remain available until late hours for individuals studying or small groups to meet. While intramural sports this semester will not feature the traditional soccer game, 4-on-4 volleyball and 8-on-8 kickball is still a great option. Or simply grabbing a soccer ball or lacrosse stick and heading outside to kick or throw around is a good option. While coming together for a large spiritual gathering is not possible, attending a smaller in-person worship event on or off campus is possible. So, when your student tells you there is simply nothing to do and no options available, those are just a few. Again, they require thinking a lot differently and a lot more initiative on their part to customize how they will experience VT. This pandemic life will not be with us forever, so I do invite you now to look forward towards the many opportunities that your student will have to experience VT. And as I said, we want them to be the architect of that experience. Whether it's study abroad, an internship, undergraduate research, sorority leadership, SGA president, a student manager in dining services, or an intramurals referee, the options are endless. As you are looking ahead, I am also looking ahead to the next few months and semester when we will start to find our way towards normalizing in-person interactions between Virginia Tech community members. Public health and safety will always guide our decisions. I was comforted this week when we heard from our local chief public health administrator that a face covering opens up so many more possibilities to be with each other without negatively impacting each other. My colleagues throughout campus have worked since March to mitigate the impact of COVID-19. And as we have phased our reopening, please know that we remain focused on hoping and helping our students find the following experience described by David Brooks in The Road to Character. He had this to say: when you have deep friendships with good people, you copy and absorb some of their best traits. When you love a person deeply, you want to serve them and earn their regard. When you experience great art, you widen your repertoire of emotions. Through devotion to some cause, you elevate your desires and organize your energies. We do feel that this should characterize the aim of a Virginia Tech student experience. The pandemic life does not change that end. We want to be your partners in your student success towards this important end. As always, be committed, be well. We hope you have an exciting time this weekend with us virtually. Go Hokies, this is home.
Thank you, Dr. Hughes. It is really important to us to create a community that cares for each of our students. You'll often hear us say that families are an essential part of our students' success. We want to continue to engage with you now and throughout your students' time at Virginia Tech. Throughout this weekend, you'll be able to interact with different folks on campus that will tell you about what they offer your students. And speaking of students, we asked one of our newest Hokies to show you what a day in their life is like on campus. So let's check out what Jackson Serba does in a typical day.
Hey everybody, my name is Jackson Serbal, and I'm a freshman here at Virginia Tech, and I'm here to take you what a day in the life for me looks like during COVID-19 on campus here at Virginia Tech. I'm a freshman majoring in communication science and social inquiry, and I'm involved in many organizations on campus, such as being the Hall Council president for the Campbells and the Egglesons. I'm on the PR committee for Real Life for Life. I'm a member of New Life Christian Fellowship, and I'm also a new member of Tech Notes Acapella. So first, I'm going to start my day off with going to D2, and you'll see what the rest of my day looks like on a typical Wednesday here at Virginia Tech.
So I grab my mask, which is a necessity, of course, and I say goodbye to my roommate, and I'm ready to tackle on the day. I live in Main Campbell, which is centrally located here on campus since it is right on the drill field and very close to the academic side of campus. As soon as I step outside, I realize I probably should have worn a jacket because it is quite chilly since fall weather is here in Blacksburg. But nevertheless, I enjoyed my morning walk to D2. And of course, I came across a hand sanitizer dispenser since Virginia Tech has placed those in every building because of COVID, which has been great. And after that, I swipe in and check out all the breakfast food since it's been a few weeks since I've woken up this early to eat breakfast. After looking at all the options, I decide on a nice chocolate waffle, eggs, and some bacon, of course, the famous D2 chocolate milk. I find an empty table, which most tables are empty since a lot of college kids, of course, don't like to wake up. And until my friend Simon, who is a part of my pod so we can safely eat together, comes and joins for this meal so we have a nice chat and eat together before our classes. And of course, we don't forget our hand sanitizer on the way out. And then I was on my way back to my dorm, ready for my first class. But of course, I had to take in the nice leaves and the nice beauty of campus. And it's honestly a great reason why I chose Virginia Tech. And on the way back, I've passed our volleyball court, which has been great to meet people.
Now that I'm back from my breakfast at D2, I have a little bit of Relay for Life work to finish up, and then I'll attend my first class of the day, which is Intro to Theater, and it fulfills one of my pathways, and I'll be doing it over Zoom here in my dorm rooms.
So I try to limit myself being in the dorm as much as possible, especially doing online classes, because sometimes it can feel very stuffy and not like real school if we're just sitting on our computer watching a Zoom lecture in the same place every single day. So Intro to Theater was my first class today, and it was 50 minutes long, so it went by very quickly, and before I knew it, everyone was saying thank you and goodbye to a professor after a nice class. So I packed my water bottle and computer, which if you can see from this video, I have a lot of stickers and I like to decorate my computer like a lot of people. So I packed it and I was ready to go to lunch with my girlfriend named Allie, who was also a part of our pod, so we can safely hang out and relax social distancing more while eating meals and such. So we placed our Grubhub order at Fighting Globber for quesadillas, which is some of our favorite food, especially mine. I love the chicken quesadilla. And we went to the Honholder Cultural Garden, which is by the baseball field and McComas Hall. And it's a great and pretty area and a nice garden. And they have this hammock pod there for Eno hammocks where you can hook 3 Eno hammocks all together to all hang out and do work together. So we ate our quesadillas there and hung out for a while. And as you can tell, the baseball field was right next to the hammock pod, and they were actually having a scrimmage and practice, which was some pretty nice afternoon entertainment for our lunch. And of course, hammocking is one of my favorite activities, so it's something I like to relax between classes, and it's something really nice in Blacksburg. But then I realized I had a class at 2:30 and it was 2:15, and I was all the way across campus from my dorm room. So I was sprinting across campus from McComas to Main Campbell to swipe myself in so I could ready to go for my second class of the day. And as you can tell, I was very excited that I made it on time. So my next class of the day was Communication Skills, Com 1015 with Claire Bohr. And here's a time lapse of me doing the Zoom lecture, and as you can tell, I'm in a different location from my dorm. I'm in the lounge room, which is right across from my dorm, so it's very nice for me to switch up locations because I can find myself focusing better in different locations, and it actually feels like real school of going to different locations, even though, as you can tell after me finishing up class, the lounge is right across from my dorm, so I didn't really travel to real class. I just kind of pretended and made myself feel like that. So later in the day, I like to go relax in my dorm and have a nice chill time just by myself. Mostly I end up just scrolling through my phone on endless social media or scrolling through TikTok, but it's nice to have just a break from school. And also, side fun fact, we have turf in our dorm. It's not an actual carpet, it's actual turf. It's something different, but I think it's kind of funny and cool. So that's something about us.
I feel well rested after that nice little nap in my room, but now I'm about to head across the drill field to get some dinner at Turner's and then go to my in-person class, which is pretty cool during this time.
So I start my walk across the drill field, which I haven't had to do many times because I haven't really had that many in-person classes, so I'm very excited about my walk today. And I finally arrive at Turner's, which is the home of Qdoba here on campus, which is one of my favorite meals. And for me, it's an in-person class tradition because since I don't have that many, I decide that I get Qdoba before every single in-person class because it's just something fun to look forward to. So after I finish up my meal, I walk down this little staircase because I don't really get to walk that much across the academic side of campus, and I arrive at the Surge building, which is home of my event management class tonight, which is actually a hybrid class, and I go in every other week, and has students on the Zoom lecture while some of us are in person, so it's a nice mix between people who don't feel comfortable or it's not their turn to come in. But of course, it's a Wednesday evening class that starts at 6 p.m., so I was getting a little tired after it kept going on and on for a little bit, but I do enjoy the class, but I was very excited to finally leave. But when I left, it was nighttime, so I guess I was in there for a long time in class, but of course, nighttime walks across the drill field, who doesn't love that? But of course, it was cold, and I once again did not bring a jacket, which I probably should have learned my lesson. But the walk across the drill field was absolutely beautiful at night, and I don't get to do it many times after class, and I love seeing the pylons, and of course, Burris Hall, and everyone just enjoying their friends and company, of course, safe and social distance on the drill field. And I went back to my dorm and grabbed a jacket, because of course, I've been cold all day, and I go out to the same hammock spot with my pod, and we set up a projector that we do sometimes, and we watch a movie and TV as we rewind and relax after a long day of classes. And here's us walking by McComas Gym, which I have not been in once, which is kind of sad, but waving goodbye to my friends after a long day. And yeah, that's my day of a life during COVID-19. So thanks for joining, and go Hokies.
Wow, Jackson had a full day and was really able to take advantage of a lot of things on campus. This starts a new series that we'll be featuring, so be sure to tune in on our social media and in the Hokie Family Hub. This weekend, you will also hear from some offices about how you can coach your student through college, how your student can still get involved, and even learn how to decode the college campus. We encourage you to engage in some friendly competition by attending virtual trivia and Family Feud. After Family Weekend, we hope you will continue to connect with us through the Hokie Family Hub by completing your profile. You can also follow us on social media at Hokies on Track. If you have questions, please reach out to us at families@vt.edu. Well, families, I hope you have a fantastic Fall Family Weekend, and as always, go Hokies.